And we're back after a technical difficulty. My computer froze for half a second, and my stream quit without me knowing about it. So, just passing the time, and not from any particular reason, I am going to mention that I am taking an old mining rig and turning it into a gaming machine. It's just not ready yet. Until then, I'm making do with what I thought was a gaming machine and turns out to be a piece of shit. And it was a piece of shit when I bought it like 4 years ago. Hopefully things like that won't happen once I get the new computer up and running, but we will just have to find out. In the meantime, I have an autosave here that I booted back up. I don't know how far into the story I was when the thing crashed. I am now going to start saving every fucking chapter. But we're gonna go from here. Oh, we're gonna go through all the flirting shit again. So the flirting, yeah, okay. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Blue! Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy me a snack? No, thanks. Hey? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that? All of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. And then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. Okay, I don't know if the stream cut off by the time I said this last time, but the best and most lasting relationships start with people that were friends before they were, like, romantic, right? You can't have a lifelong relationship with somebody that's not your friend. When you have got to, no matter how cute she is, remember that in 50 years, she's going to be a crone and you're going to have to keep loving her anyway. And vice versa. You're going to be an old decrepit cricket and she's going to have to enjoy you for something other than your rock-hard abs and your swollen biceps. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? Things are dinging. Pause. So, I don't know if I have the bandwidth for this. I'm trying to pull up my stream manager so that I can see that I'm actually live. Okay, I do see that I am on the screen. So, let's get back to it then. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. I'm a fucking detective. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves one option. What? I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that's because you deserve to feel guilty. Dude, have some heart. She was just trying to scam 50 cents off you. Don't be a dick. Uh-huh. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Blue to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean it like that. I got too absorbed in my book. Oh! I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that... You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsune into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Whap! Ow! What was... Goddamn, writer. 15 lines? A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. How big is the fucking cookie? How big is the cookie? Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Ha! You're going through a lot just for one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Aw, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? But still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. She's a devious bitch is what she is. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined, says the girl with the giant honkers. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Blue. Monica smiles sweetly, shoving out her tits and presenting her ass like a baboon. I didn't mean to pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck? Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Shiori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Shiori somehow already finished her entire cookie that was big enough for her to hug. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Blue. Me. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh, no. I was just kind of waiting for you. Like she's gonna read without you, dude. That would be like going ahead in Games of Thrones episodes or something. It's a good way to get knackered down, huh? Alright, I don't even know how to watch all this shit all at once. It says I'm live. Maybe I'm still on. Who knows? If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. I bet you fucking do. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts with her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's the kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Blue in club activities? Huh? My mouth gapes. And there's the red-ass baboon again. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Blue. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Blue? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Oh, no. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? How can all the characters in this game be this clueless? It's giving me a headache. Also, when do I get to make a decision? This is all just like fucking reading a story. Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friends, you say? Uh-huh. Yuri lifts her head. Blue, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Blue, do you like oolong tea? Do I like oogling you? Yes, I do like, in fact, oogling you. Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Oh, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Blue. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Blue, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of my titties. It's because of your giant titties pulling down on your back and giving you back pain. That's what it's for. The posture, right? Because you're always hunched over a book or like that while reading? Yes, I have a terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'm a clueless asshole, and I'm just going to go along with what anybody says. I'll go ahead and get the book, or retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolates as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading posture as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. Oh man. As a high school kid, there would be no reading. Reading would not be happening. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Okay, dude. If you don't think she wants you to accidentally touch her chest, then you're not paying attention. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Bullshit, she hasn't. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs, don't burn it, and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry, I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. On your leg, right? Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and pop it into her mouth. And I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively placed the chocolate into her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it and the tips of my fingers, giving me an erection the size of a giant building. Oh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Blue? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh, that's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. Do with me as you will, kind knight. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. I think you've pitched it tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. Breaths! TH breaths! I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it into her mouth, pushing my fingers deep into it where she caresses them with her tongue, anyway. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Oh! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Blue, can you help Yuri put away that tea stuff, right? Of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Are you fucking kidding me? Who should I show my poem to first? Like that's even a fucking question. Let's see what you've written today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Blue, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why? You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I only really write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. And things happening. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Dude, she doesn't have any close friends. You might be her closest friend. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. These people are all 18, right? Okay. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. Unordinary. I can't be reading that wrong. It is unordinary, not inordinary or inordinate or unordinary, I guess. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom? The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge? You're gonna kill the raccoon! The fuck is wrong with you? The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. You're gonna kill your raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my own emotions on the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. And every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. You fucking cut up and ate your fucking raccoon friend. You're a psycho. was a little more daring with this one than in yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem... You know exactly what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Oh my god, you're a psycho. You kill animals for fun. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So, I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Blue? Well... yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, you would probably hate me. I would probably hate myself. Your own weirdness. You are giving me the seriously creepy, scary, fucking crazy eyes. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Blue. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. Just for a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Who should I show my poem to next? Why don't we do that instead? Let's go to Natsuki, because she's a cunt. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. Well, that's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. It's going to sound just like you're forcing it, unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me... Huh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. Well, it looks like that was a good place to leave off on that save. Getting a little late, getting a little loud for being in the house. So we're going to leave it at that save. Let me see. I doubt that I even have anybody watching, but let's go ahead and do the raid out. Rubio. Well, let's give it a shot. She's got 6 people watching. So we'll see. Alright, so I rated.